Whenever the Native Indians came over here, what happened? Whenever, no, not the Native Indians, the conquistadors. Whenever they came over here, what is the history? Kind of give me a little bit of the history that happened.
They started wars.
You said they started war.
About bad food.
Took all the food. The buffalo gone.
Right.
The bison, they said we got bison. They took all that.
Right.
Very little. They said we're going to put y'all on reservations.
Right.
All right, now watch this. Give me verse 32 in that same chapter. Look at the history. Our history, the history of the tribe of Gad, the so-called Native Americans of today, is written in the Bible. This is how we prove that we are not Native Indians, Native Americans, because Indian means slave. We're not Native slaves or Native Americans. We are the children of Israel from the tribe of Gad.
That's right.
Watch this. Watch this. You from the tribe of Gad. I'm from the tribe of Gad as well. Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
They got a book called Kill the Indian, Save the Man.
Right.
What they used to do is they literally enacted that. They said we need to kill the Indian, take away his culture, take away his language, take away everything that makes him in so-called Indian or an Israelite. Really, they knew he was the Israelites.
Right.
And they said we need to leave the man because we still need a westernized American man, a Native American man that can do the work, that can slave, that can benefit us. So they took our children and they put them in their boarding schools.
Right.
And you'll see the images when you look up the difference between the Native Indian dress, because they have fringes on, which is a part of our Israelite culture. And they said we need to put him in a two-piece suit. We need to cut his hair because that long hair don't look good. We need to shave all of that. We need to tell them, hey, stop speaking that Hebrew tongue that we know y'all speaking and start speaking some English. They didn't want us to have any kind of remembrance of our nationality. Keep reading, watch this.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
We didn't have no power to get our kids back. Even until today, our people don't have no power. The white man come over here, anybody come over here, they disrespect, kill, they murder any of our kids. They take them, CPS say, oh, you're not treating your kids with respect, you whooping your kids, you disciplining your kids, I'm going to take them from you. We don't have power to change that. Keep reading.
And there shall be no might in thine hand, the fruit of thy land.
Listen to this real quick. What was your name, sir? Brandon? Brandon, my name is Kashar. Brandon, listen to what it's saying right here. Specifically for the indigenous that were already over here, the 10 tribes of Israel that were already over here, look what happened to us.
The fruit of thy land.
The fruit of your land. That goes from all the resources that's on the land, from cattle to minerals. The fruit of your land, what happened?
And all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up.
God sent another nation over here and they ate up all our land.
Right.
And they say, yo, we're going to reserve a little bit for y'all, and we're going to put y'all on that land. And if you ever see any of the reservations, they have nothing but alcohol stores, liquor stores, McDonald's probably up in there. Our people are suffering. Suicide is high on reservations. Drunkenness, alcoholism is high on reservations.
Bring it out.
So they took the fruit of our land. They said, that's mine now. You're going to give that to me. Even today with the pipelines, they said, no, we're gonna put this pipeline down. I don't care if it goes through your holy land, your reservations, because at the end of the day, they say, y'all are our captives.
Bring it out.
And there shall be no might in thine hand. The fruit of thy land in all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always.
A question: the Native Indians today, are we prospering? Are you prospering as a Native American Indian? What benefits do you get as a Native American Indian? You're not getting none. Hell, I'm not getting none.
Right.
They classify me as a black African American man because of the pigment of my skin. But we got brothers like you and myself. We are Gad from the so-called Native American Indians, but because they changed our names, they took our nationality, they said, okay, no, you're just going to be a black male. Give me that in verse 37.
Bring it out.
So these things that are written in the Bible, Brandon, this is our history. This is how we identify with the Bible. Watch this. Give me that.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword.
When you go on a reservation, they talking about that they came from corn, that they were born from corn. They saying all kind of false doctrines. Like I said, alcoholism, poverty at its worst. It's an astonishment because yo, these are the Native American Indians, so-called Native American Indians. They were living on this land prosperous. They knew how to just eat and live sufficiently with what the land have. But now they got nothing. That's an astonishment, especially when the other nations see us and they're like, yo, these are the children of God. These are the Israelites. No way. That's an astonishment. In a proverb, in a byword, what's your last name, Brandon? Say it, what did it get? Jewel? Jewel? So that name, that last name, more than likely came from a slave master that owned your people as slaves.
Right.
Because that's not an Israelite last name. Our people got all kind of names that have been put upon them, Native American Indian being the main one, and that's not biblical. God said we are the tribe of Gad from the nation of Israel.
That's right. That's right.
Keep reading. Oh, no, go to Genesis 49. Look at the prophecy on Gad. Give me the prophecy on Gad. Brandon, have you ever heard this information before? Did you know you was an Israelite? Did you know that Christ is a black man? You ain't know that either? All right, we're going to get that for you too. Our people don't know. And they're not going to teach us. So that's why God said, yo, go out to the highways and street corners and teach my people so they can come up out of this condition. Watch this.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together.
So our forefather Brandon's name is Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. He called unto his sons and he said, gather yourselves together. Keep reading.
That I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
He said, I'm going to tell you, my 12 sons, from Judah all the way down to Issachar, he said, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to your descendants in the last days.
Right.
This is a chapter in the Bible that we can use in order to identify who are the Israelites, the descendants of these sons that Jacob was talking to.
That's right.
Keep reading.
Verse 19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
He said, Gad, a what?
A troop shall overcome him.
They had an evil devil from the nation of Edom named Andrew Jackson.
Right.
He enacted what was known as the Indian Removal Act. They said, yo, wherever these Indians is dwelling, whether it be Florida, the south part of the United States, California, Nevada, they say, yo, get them out of there, and we're going to put them in specific places. Oklahoma being one of the places that they allowed them to go to.
Right.
So that troop was the troop that was following behind General Andrew Jackson. And he slaughtered the Native American Indians. His nickname that they gave him, if you look it up, it was called Sharp Knife. They said they gave him a nickname because that was the tool that he used to kill the majority of the Indians. His nickname was called Sharp Knife. So he didn't come over here to spread democracy, to give us love and hugs and kisses. They said, yo, these people are on what they saw as their land. That's why when you read in the Bible, it says y'all in a strange land, in another man's land.
Right.
Oh, okay, yes, sir. Will do. Watch, give me that. So watch this. Our people. Give me first down. So let me ask you one question, Brandon, then I'm gonna get to a law for you. Do you if I ask you a question, do you love God, do you love Jesus Christ? What would you say? Say it again? Yeah, all right. I'm gonna show you something real quick and then I'm gonna get you a law. Show you something real quick. Thank y'all. Watch this.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God.
So a lot of our people say, yeah, I love God. They sing, they dance in the churches, they do all the lip service. But God is going to tell us what is the love of God.
Bring it up.
But this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
So in order to show God that you love him, you must do what, Brandon? Follow the commandments. Give me 1 Corinthians 11. Watch this. A commandment, an easy commandment, Brandon, that you can do right now to show the Most High God, yeah, I do have love for you, the Most High God. It could be your first step in your process of repentance, which is what the Most High want for his 12 tribes. He wants them to repent so we can come up out of this hellhole. Right now we're in captivity. Read.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
So as a man out of the nation of Israel, our head, our leader is Jesus Christ. Keep reading.
And the head of the woman is the man.
And if you have a wife or you have a daughter, you are her head. You are their head.
Right.
The head of the woman is the male figure in their household. Keep reading.
And the head of Christ.
And Christ has a head.
And the head of Christ is God.
So we have the natural order, Brandon. The natural order is God, Christ, man, woman. Now listen to this. This is the reason why we went here. For you, watch this.
Every man praying or prophesying.
Every man praying or prophesying, going through the word. We're having a discussion about the Bible. Read.
Having his head covered.
Having his what?
Having his head covered dishonoreth his head.
So if we're going through the Bible and you got your head covered with a hat, with a bandana, whatever the case is, you dishonor your head, and your head is who? It's God, Christ, man, so your head will be Christ. So dishonoring Christ, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Bad thing. So right now when we're going through the scriptures and you got your head covered, what should you do to show Christ and the Most High that you don't dishonor them? Praises.
With your hand.
Yeah. And it's got a little. Let me see the front of it. Let me see the symbol of it on the hat. Yeah, it's got an India. Hey, and then they say that we red. Well, we not red. The real red man is Esau, the white man.
That's right.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.